first bourbon of the day, mind you. This is a hot one to start for your first bourbon.
It is definitely.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dan.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Bourbon Sauce. This week, we are going to do some Doc Holliday for you. It's new to us. We are going to open it right here, right now. And we're going to give this thing a taste. And while you do that, I will brief everybody on what this thing is.
And this is the first in the Western series.
Yeah. So we're going to do a few Western-themed bourbons that we've got here. And you almost knocked yourself out. That's a weird cork.
Yeah, so those that want to see this cork. It's a nice metal cork.
It's got a little 6-shooter, almost like 22 rounds. But this one's an 8-year. This one got released in December 2022. And it's 131 proof. It comes from World Whiskey Society Company, which I've never heard of. That one, it's a street bourbon, and it's sourced from Ivy Mountain Distillery. It's got a mash bill of 80% corn, 10% malted corn, 5% rye, and 5% malted barley. And they say it's got a rusty copper color. And I think it's a little darker than that myself, but I don't know. Could just be the lighting in here. But the bottle's cool.
The bottle is very cool.
I like that. And it's got the little phrase of I'm your huckleberry,
yes,
which is kind of clever, being a Doc Holliday. Why don't we take a sniff?
Very sweet right off the get-go.
Yeah. And my nose is still adjusting to, like everything right now smells real ethanol-y to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the old being gone for a while.
I can smell, even with me having still been drinking on bourbon, I can smell some ethanol, but I can also sweet right off the get-go.
I do get some orange.
A little bit of citrusy, yeah.
Like freshly, like the orange peel. Like when you pull the peel straight off the orange, and you can smell that. Like
the what is that? The orange rind?
Like that.
Yeah.
That level of orange is what I smell.
Kind of like in an old fashioned.
Yeah, actually, I bet you this would be really good for an old fashioned.
I can smell some spice, obviously, especially at 131 proof.
Yeah. It's definitely coming in a little heat.
A little hot to trot, we should say.
Oh, you want to take a sip of this? Give it a shot. Cheers.
Cheers down the hatch.
Oh, that rye.
Woof. You get a healthy dose of rye right out the gate there.
Yeah, for sure. And I get the malt right away too for me.
I can get a little bit of like sweeterness coming out as it fades.
I get a little bit of prune.
Really? Prune?
Yeah. It's got a weird pruny.
So some kind of fruitiness.
Yeah, but for specific, it's like a prune, like not raisins, but a prune. Like it's got that. It's weird. When I sniff it now, it smells different after tasting it a little bit. I don't really pick up any leather notes on this one. Like I would expect it would be because of it being kind of a Western theme.
Yeah.
Like I'm like in my brain, as soon as I see a Western theme, I would think in like horse saddles, like a tack room,
right?
Smell, like
cowboys and cigarettes.
Yeah,
like
campfire. Just that's what I envision. This kind of maybe having like a smoky finish to it, but it doesn't. It's interesting though. It's pretty good.
It is. I do like the fact that the spice, it does hit you. I don't like that it hits you that oomph up front so much.
Yeah, that does.
But it does taper down rather quickly. But then there's that right in the back of your throat that you still hold some spice, but it's not like overwhelming hot.
Yeah, and I think because of it being 130 proof, it's proofy for sure. It is like, it's hot, but it's not bad. You know, as far as,
I wonder if that upfront hit is like an homage to Doc Holliday.
maybe.
Kapow!
Yeah.
Hitting you hard up front.
You got the consumption.
Oof.
This'll cure you. What ails you, this'll cure you.
If this don't cure it, then there ain't no hope.
Yeah. I feel like this one is a strong drink.
I will say though, like this compared to some of the other higher ryes and hotter ones, didn't like dry me out super bad, like some of the ones we've tried. Now it could be that it's just making me kind of salivate. Is that right?
Salivate
a little more, but
yeah,
I'm not like super dry drinking this one. And I do like the color. The coloration on this is a very nice.
It is a nice color for 8 year. You know, it looks good.
It reminds me. I guess it is like a copper rust because it does.
It's got a little bit of viscosity to it.
I think of like the Texas Longhorns burnt orange, just a little darker though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Because what I'm noticing, and this is what I'm finding interesting. So when I actually take a drink and just hold it in my mouth, like I don't swallow it, as long as it sets up front, I'm just getting sweet. But as soon as it hits the back sides of my tongue, that's when the spice is like, hello.
It's hot.
It is hot. But it fades quickly. But then you just have that that spice just kind of hangs right around back here. I mean, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's just.
But the initial drink,
I get a lot of malt, like a lot, even though it's a small percentage,
and only 5% rye.
That's weird. I feel like.
I mean, it's
got malted corn and malted barley.
Yeah, so there's your malt. So you got 15% malt.
Yeah,
but
I don't get a lot of like dark chocolate malt. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
For me, it smells kind of like a 3 or 4 for me, but I'm out of practice.
I get a lot of sweet notes on the smell. I don't get a whole lot of hefty burn off of it. There is a little bit of ethanol smell. I would say smell probably a 4 or 5. Honestly, it's not like, oh my God, this smells amazing, but it's not like, holy cow, I want to bury my nose in the sand.
Yeah.
So I would give it probably a 4 or 5 on smell.
Okay, so we're pretty close.
And then I would say taste for me, it does have some interesting, does have an interesting flavor profile. The malt is kind of interesting considering most of the bourbons we've had have not been very malty.
Yeah.
I would say flavor wise, probably 6.5.
Yeah, see, I'm the other direction. I'm going to give it a 2 because I don't like malty stuff.
You know, and you would think I wouldn't, but it's kind of reminding me that maltiness
of the Woodford.
And
a little bit.
And I guess I've just.
I think if it wasn't so hot,
the hot does kind of throw
then it would be better taste for me. But I think it's just because of that spice and the malt together with the proof. It's not my cup of tea.
And I think 6 months out of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your flavor profile's got to rebuild it.
Oh, dude, it's going to be atrocious.
Yeah, this probably was not a good one to run you into this early on.
But we did.
Yeah.
Because,
We did.
I like to sling them 6-shooters.
Right. Well, it slung it at you, that's for sure.
Skin that. What do they say?
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Yeah. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
But I do like the malt flavor.
Yeah, it's just
I wish and I think it's because of the Woodford.
Yeah.
That you surprised me with, because originally we didn't neither one like it,
That's
and
true.
then when you surprised me months later with it, I'm like, I like this, and I could explain the profile. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so hot out the gate, and some people like it really hot, but if it wasn't as hot as it is out the gate, I think this would be easily 7.5, 8.
I think Blaine would like this. Because he likes real proofy ones.
He does. Blaine would like this. There's a few guys at work that would like this.
Mhm.
I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I could sip it. Drinkability, I would say, I'd probably give it like a 6 for drinkability.
That's about where I am with drinkability, is 6.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this would actually be really good in an old fashioned.
yeah, it's interesting. Share it or no?
I would share it.
Okay.
I would share it.
I think I would agree with you on sharing it. Why not? Like if somebody wants to try it out,
right.
I wouldn't deter them from it. It's not like some of those terrible ones we've got in the past where I'd say, yeah, just skip that.
Right.
I wouldn't say skip it. I'd say give it a try. It might surprise you. If you like dynamic bourbons, this one's probably up your alley because it does have a lot going on with it.
Oh, it most certainly does have a lot going on. Price point.
Oh yeah, how much was this one? I don't even remember.
So we got it a little better deal just because we've bought so much stuff from Ernie's.
Oh, this was from Ernie's.
So this, by the way, for those listeners, this is out of Ernie's in Corbin, Kentucky. So anybody around that area, Ernie's has a lot of good bourbons, and I mean a lot.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth popping in there and checking them out.
There's a lot of stuff out in Eastern Kentucky, surprisingly. And I don't know if it's because they get lucky and they're sourcing it, or they just have a lot of allocations, or what's going on Eastern Kentucky side. But there's a lot of stuff out there, and I like that.
And there's not a lot of competition for it.
So this was like $100.
130.
Oh, it was 130.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
I don't think I would buy that again.
Probably not. I would say price point. I think this should be around $80.
Just because it's proofy and it's got a lot going on, complexity. I'd say, probably right around $80 MSRP.
I would be curious to see the MSRP.
Yeah, this wasn't an awful bourbon.
Oh no, like
it's probably one that I'd have to drink it a couple more times to like get the full effect. But I guess this is our review, our take on this.
What was your overall for it?
Oh yeah, I'd give it a 6
overall.
Yeah, overall, I think it's 5, 6, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
You?
I was about the same.
About the same.
6.5.
Yeah, but don't have to worry about doing it on the rocks or anything. I think we'll just do this one.
Yeah.
Nate. Do it, Nate.
Yeah, we'll do it the cowboy way.
That's right.
Straight out of the bottle.
Not bad, though. It's not bad.
No.
So, if you guys want to see more of these, stay tuned. Please visit our website for some merch. Get some merch. And then we've got hats to raffle off. If you are on our TikTok and you become a subscriber on our TikTok, we hold a raffle once a month at the end of the month.
The last TikTok live of every month,
which is usually a Friday or Wednesday, depending on how it hits.
Yep. We got the hats. We've got T-shirts,
coasters,
and
glasses. And it's only going to be for the subscribers on our TikTok. Those items are not going to be available in our shop. So if you want those exclusive items, go over to our TikTok, become a subscriber, and see if you can win. You got to have,
You can also find one of our brand ambassadors and chase down her discount code.
That's true. You have to do a little hunting. There's a homework assignment for you guys. Get on TikTok and see if you can figure out who our brand ambassadors are and get their discount codes. So you can get a discount on some fun merch. Because why would you not want to look like us? If you like us and you watch us, don't you want to dress like us too? Don't you think I'm hot? right. Well, that's going to do it for
I
us
don't
here.
know. You're hot, just not as hot as this bourbon.
Yeah, that bourbon's spicy. But until next time, drink your favorite drink. Hopefully it's bourbon. And get sauced.
Cheers.
Cheers.